find your machine.
You want to play games?
Catch!
I'm Tom Holland. I'm Tom Holland. I'm Tom Holland. I'm Spider-Man. I'm Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man.
Alright now, so if I want to do this right, let's gotta do it from the beginning, right?
A history of underwear. Humans probably first began to cover their bodies with clothing about 170,000 years ago. Worn to protect from the sun or injury during hunting or fighting, and possibly for modesty.
So, as we see, originally it was used to cover from the sun, of course, wounds, and wait a minute. Is that a fucking bear? What kind of cheap armor is that? Also, is that bear taking nut shots? Cause that's a low blow and I want a clean fight. If
Let's get it on!
you better square up. Could you imagine fighting a fucking bear with the equivalent of a cloth as your dick fucking swings from side to side? Can't even imagine what that was like.
Celtics, Saxons, and Vikings kept warm with long socks and baggy breeches called brays, which were stepped into and tied with laces around the waist. Brays served as both underwear and outerwear, and were usually fitted with a flap in the front which was tied or buttoned closed so men could urinate easily. Among aristocrats during the Renaissance, brays gave way to tight-fitting hose designed to show off a muscular leg. Men who didn't have what it took to fill out their hose resorted to padding. They further overcompensated with the addition of the codpiece.
Ah, yes, the best part, the codpiece. The first thing that screamed male insecurity before loud cars, big boats, and of course Andrew Tate followers. But you ain't here for me. Also, was it necessary to wear that on the exterior? I mean, people gave Batman shit for it and back then, and now look at it, right?
Henry VIII, humiliated that he was unable to produce a male heir, is often portrayed with an absurdly large codpiece, advertising his strength and virility.
You know what will really get someone to forget that you can't birth a son, right? So look at this big old wank. So look at this big old wank. So look at this big old wank. Big old wank.
Their long dresses, medieval women wore linen slips called a chemise in France and a shift in England. Over shifts, women would layer corsets and petticoats, additional underskirts which would give their gowns a fuller form. When that wasn't enough, they wore a farthingale, petticoats stiffened with reed or willow rods, which allowed skirts to get even wider.
Then we essentially have a tent. I mean, could you imagine the question? Honey, do you think my farthingales make my ass look big?
Queen Juana of Portugal first popularized the farthingale, and it was said that she used the fuller skirt to conceal her pregnancies with 2 children who were not sired by her husband.
Yeah, you know what? That was real clever on you. It's a real good, clever plan to hide the pregnancy. But that plan only buys you, what, like a couple of months? What are you gonna do when that time runs out? Pitch another tent? Cover the baby?
As the population and cities grew and public sanitation was as yet unheard of, water became a serious danger to the health. So nobody bathed, ever. Instead, they changed their shifts regularly, daily for the rich, weekly for the peasants. Linen was considered the ideal material for undergarments, as it was easy to wash and absorbent, so it could soak in all the dirt, sweat, and oil that accumulated on the body. After stripping off the old undies and before pulling on new ones, tutors would rub their bodies down with a linen cloth to further cleanse themselves. It is easy to imagine that under the gorgeous gowns and dapper doublets, tutor people must have actually stunk of almighty BO. But historian Ruth Goodman tried the routine for 3 months.
And of course, we've got historians trying to get into the culture.
And found that she smelled and felt just
What
fine.
the hell? Did someone actually try that routine?
And her modern colleagues did not detect any unpleasant odor.
No, mate, no. No fucking way. No. You know what? I'd like to speak to her. Let's get her on the phone here. Oh, hello, Ruth.
Hello, it's good to talk to you today.
Good to talk to you too. I just want to make this very brief. What the fuck were you thinking?
What was I thinking? I'll tell you, I don't know if you've noticed this, but the water bills have been absolutely ridiculous. I always fancied myself as the type of girl that was born in the wrong era, and I feel like I should have lived in the 80s, the 1880s, where you could just go out and pump your own water, and it was just getting to be ridiculous, all these bills piling up, and I thought, you know what? This showering bullshit, it's a little bit overrated.
I'm sorry, are you out of your fucking mind? Overrated. Listen, I don't even have skin, and I already know that that's fucking bonkers to do. You're bad shit crazy, if you ask me, for sure. What even gave you the idea to do that?
What gave me the idea is that I was simply trying to save money on my exorbitant water bills, and people lived for centuries without running water and without washing themselves every day. You would reuse the same water and you would still smell very fresh and clean, and no one at work, listen to me, none of my colleagues, no one at work had any problems with it.
How old are your colleagues, and do they have all fucking uses of their 5 senses?
They do. They may have avoided me a little bit, but they didn't say anything. They said nothing rude. And, I went about my business, and I have to say that it was also the best experience I've ever had. Everyone stayed very far away from me in public, and it was just simply wonderful. And I didn't smell a thing. I mean, I haven't been showering for days, and I still smell quite fresh as a daisy.
I'm sorry, are you still doing it? I thought it was just an experiment that you did for like a little bit. Are you still not showering, Ruth?
Well, like I said, inflation's out of control nowadays. You can't expect a person to be like showering every day, brushing your teeth, washing your hands. That's just water and water and water. It's very wasteful. So, I like to pick and choose.
If you want to supply me with your address, of course, I will send you a complimentary bar of soap, a bucket of water, and whatever else you need in order to get that stench off, that I can absolutely smell it from here, Ruth. Come on.
I have a trick to keep it from smelling bad. I know that you're just pulling my leg, as they say, because I have my little secret satchel of nosegays right round my hips, as I do. So, you can't really ask for that in a store, or they try to give you something else. But it's all my little sweet-smelling flowers from my garden, so there's no pungent aroma detectable.
Just so I got this straight before I let you go, of course, you expect me to believe that you haven't showered in, now at this point, years, and your trick tip for it is just to staple or to carry around a bunch of your garden flowers and just have them just laid all over you.
Not stapled, of course. We don't need any sort of silly modern inventions. A simple rope and string will do just fine.
Yeah, out of goddamn mind, lady. All right, you know what? This was a pleasant talk. Thank you for all of that. Go shower, please. Please, go shower. All right, so basically, if you want the too long didn't read on underwear, it basically started off as a cloth protection whilst fighting bears, then became a thing of modesty, until it became a thing of reverse modesty, and then back to protection, I guess. the jock straps to protect against cycling cobblestone rides. You know how often that happens. And of course, elastic being added into the autumn garments, and boom, it was like Chemical X was all created. And then here we are, me, right in the flesh. Alright, next what we've got to talk about is company, of course. It all comes back down to the company.
Garment no one was supposed to talk about is getting more hip, thanks in large part to online underwear brand Meundies. Unconventional and controversial marketing campaigns got them on the map.
The hype is real. When people finally try our product for the first time, they go online and they rave about it, and they rave about how excited they are.
Meundies was founded in 2011 by Jonathan Shokrian, a then 26-year-old who had been dabbling in real estate and e-commerce.
The idea came about when I went to go shop for underwear for a 2-week trip I was going on. I found myself at the department store having a really uncomfortable interaction with this woman who was pointing me in the direction of where their underwear was. When I finally made my way to the underwear section, I was really overwhelmed with all the choices. Thought I was buying the underwear I normally buy. Get home to find out they're workout underwear.
Next, of course, it was founded in 2011 by a guy who bought the wrong pair. This can't be right, mate. What? You buy a wrong pair of underwear and you say, alright, let's go then. We'll just make a company about it. Alright, next time I get a wrong fucking burger order, I'm gonna make sure I make my own McDonald's.
Look, me and the McDonald's people, we got this little misunderstanding. See, they're McDonald's. I'm McDowell's. Huh? They got the golden arches. Mine is the golden arcs.
The company has not been one to shy away from controversy. In fact, one can argue it's been the key to their success.
Early on, we really used a lot of different tactics to kind of get the brand out there and do a lot of shock advertising.
Case in point, in 2013, its first major ad campaign was featured on a startup porn site called Paint Bottle. In 2014, its ads were so risque, they got banned from Facebook.
And of course, they had their ads banned by Facebook and started on porn. I've been all over Pornhub, and no way, shape, or form did I ever come across Meundies ads, or videos, or anything that. Actually, who said anything about porn? I don't watch porn.
Try and really create, controversy per se.
A week after Dallas Cowboys running back Joseph Randle was caught shoplifting underwear in 2014, Meundies invited Randle to become a spokesperson
Mate,
for the brand.
how much money you make? You really gotta steal them. Was it just for the thrills? Because I get that. But underwear, though.
In 2015, Seattle Seahawks running back Marshawn Lynch was fined $20,000 for grabbing his crotch after scoring a touchdown. Meundies offered to match Lynch's fines with a donation to his Fam First Family Foundation.
Alright. Next, of course, an NFL player who grabbed his junk after a touchdown. I understand why you did that one there.
Shokrian was dealing with his own controversy, stemming from an improper asbestos removal he oversaw at his family's company in Texas. He ultimately served 7 months in federal prison after pleading guilty to violating the 2008 Clean Air Act.
But the owner himself, Mr. CEO, being all of hard stuff, he's not as hard as a motherfucker that's like, stealing underwear and grabbing his junk after a touchdown, but he still wants you to let him know that he's tough. He's as tough as it gets. And he went to jail for hard stuff, like not doing what you're supposed to do, kind of not. How did he get those sunglasses? I'm sorry, I'm a little thrown off. How did he steal sunglasses? Oh, not even steal. How did he? The guy is wearing sunglasses in jail. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Why do we care? Right? I'm gonna ask myself this question, and the answer I arrive to is this: I don't know why we care about the brand. Well, besides the partnerships that it has and the eagerness to team up with badasses, real badasses, They're not reinventing the wheel here. Nor are they reinventing underwear. So, I don't know. And the answer to why we care about underwear, well, because without it, how else are we about to fight bears? Alright, other underwear companies and where it falls within the category. So, of course, we've got Calvin Klein, Fruit of the Loom, which don't try to fool me with the Mandela effect, alright? I'll remember the cornucopia, it's there. Don't fucking try to tell me it wasn't there. Who you getting over on, man? Next we've got Hanes, Savage Fenty, or Savage Times Fenty, or I'm not sure what's the difference. It's Rihanna's underwear. So if you're into that, there's that. There's Parade, really good brand, really good, really like their stuff. And Tomboy X, which I've honestly never heard of before researching more about underwear companies. I think that it's more comparable and probably of the quality of what you get in comparison to like Meundies. At the cost section, we've gotten to the cost. So $16 per pair in comparison to a $39 Calvin Klein. That doesn't mean $16 is the justifiable cost to pay monthly for one pair of underwear. Alright, like it's $46 for one-time purchase if you're trying to get a matching pair with you and your mate, or not your mate, if you're trying to get with you and your partner. I mean, you and your mate can match if you want. Who am I to tell you what to do? You dropping $46 on me, not me. Or $36 for a monthly membership. For a monthly membership for $36 for a pair of underwear. Just go Chipotle, get yourself a bowl, get a bunch of napkins, strap that to your dick, and go ahead and fight a bear. Right? It's the same shit. If you love design, if you love, being strange and out there, and you want pizza on your ass, and this is a place to go for you for sure. But if you're not really looking for anything of a print type of situation, I couldn't really recommend going this way. Of course, try to get as basic as it gets. If you're someone who wants or lives that sad beige life, but you don't care, you want quality, but you live that sad beige life, go ahead and get yourself some Calvin Klein. That's honestly the best thing for your money, for your buck, if you want to ask me. Comfort. These things are, I will say, extremely comfortable. Extremely. I would recommend if you don't care about the design, but you do care about the comfort, and you are about to shell out, anywhere from like $12 for one, maybe $16 to $20 for one, or whatever have you. And honestly, that's a good way to go for sure.
Do you want to know what I think? Mr. Krabs!
Yeah. Now, final score. What are we gonna get it, right? Rate on a scale of Walter White's tidy whities, if you will. Alright. Well, final score. If you're looking for something overall out of 5, I'm honestly going to give this a 4 out of 5. The only reason I wouldn't give it a perfect 5 out of 5 is, again, I just think the structure in which the price falls in is kind of this strange, target audience type of thing. But what their audience is, they're looking for millennials, and of course they're looking for Gen Zs and the people that care a lot about being funky and edgy and want a little take of that. But they're really good at their marketing, of course, for marketing geniuses of people that grab their shit to, trying to steal it. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4 out of 5. I would recommend. Honestly, I would probably start with the sales section. Maybe get a $12 one. See how you like it. See if if it works for you. I would recommend in that regard. But other than that, 4 out of 5. You can get anything to protect you from bears. You don't really need Meundies, but I really appreciate their message. I really appreciate what they're trying to do, and I know that they've got this all-encompassing, all bodies welcome type of thing, which I really appreciate. Which I don't really think that there should be a limit to the body that you're trying to sell to. You're selling underwear. They practically can go on anyone. You know what I'm saying? Any company that does underwear, if your thing is not to be marketable to reach everyone, then you're kind of dropping the ball. And to be quite honest, I think they're all dropping the ball, because not once have I seen a pair of undies on an older person, you know, or disabled or whatever have you. Like, and that might start off as a joke, but really think about it. When's the last time you saw like an old man wearing a Calvin Klein? You haven't. And if they did it, they probably did in a comical sense, not to be like, oh, like, this is who we really want. Because if it's up to them, they probably are like, yo, once you pass 30, you don't really wear underwear. You're too old for us. Go get yourself something else. Go get yourself a piece of cloth. Yeah. Should I do a review on Meundies next?